Welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about agile team performance. This is one of the common questions I used to get from people. How do you really measure the performance of an agile team? What are the metrics is available? Um, so I got the following information from some other YouTube channel. I don't remember the name, but ideally we can use around 6 to 7 metrics to find the performance or find the maturity of an agile team. When you start an agile team, their focus factor may be low, so the velocity will be low. But still, we can use these metrics while the team is maturing over the sprint. The first metrics is based on velocity. You can surely record the velocity over the sprints. I personally follow, in my recent projects, I follow Scale Agile. So where we have a product increment and one PI includes around 5 sprints. So I use these metrics to see how my teams are performing. As I mentioned, velocity, I usually measure it with a story point. So imagine initially when I started the team, my team's velocity is around 22. Next sprint, it could be 26. Then it could be 32. Then suddenly went to 18. Then it will give you a trend. So then surely you can retrospect why it went to 18. There could be multiple reasons. Sometimes there could be holidays or a lot of people are in vacation. That could be one of the reason. So velocity versus sprint, that's the first metrics. The second metrics, I'm looking at my computer as well. I'll be sharing this Excel sheet in the description. So the second metrics is commitment reliability. That's very important. So this is something like how many user stories has been committed by the team and how many of them got accepted by the product owner. So over the sprints, we can really measure the story points of the committed stories versus the accepted stories. So in the PI the first sprint, the team might have committed for 28 story points. And the product owner accepted 22. So that means there is a variation of around 21%, 21.43%. That shows the maturity of a team because sometimes team might have overcommitted. They didn't understand the problem very well. That shows really various aspects of the maturity of the team. The third one is capacity utilization. Capacity utilization is measured based on the hours. In a particular sprint, what's the available capacity of the team? Say 130 hours. And what is the committed capacity? Then we know the delta. So the team for the first sprint have 130 hours of availability where they committed 110 hours. That means there is around 15.38%. So then by recording this value, you can really see whether we are really using the capacity of the team. If not, you can surely work with your team and improve it. The fourth one is effort estimation variation. And I have seen personally, this numbers really helped me because I And it really depends on the maturity of the understanding of the team for the particular project we are working on. Sometimes the team estimates a story or their tasks absolutely in hours, say 110 hours they estimated, and we can check out what's the actual estimation after the sprint. It could be 120. That means there is a delta of 9%. So that's the effort estimation variation. And what we can see is that over the course of the sprints, this will become more closer. That means the team is getting really into the product, so they clearly know, and they are very, very good in estimating their tasks. That's also one of the parameters for any agile team. The next one is defect leakage. One of the trend is that sometimes the team, to make sure that they are committing or they are following the commitment, they will try to do things quickly, which means the quality of the deliverable could be low, or you can find bugs within the sprint. So you can record the number of defects raised during the sprint. And surely you need to see the issues after the sprints. So this is a delta. So during the sprint, say in the first sprint for a particular component, there is one issue, but after the sprint, no issues, that's okay. But they found no issues during the sprint, but after the sprint, they found 10 issues. So something wrong in the integration, or they might have some issues with the other components, some interface issues or something. But defect leakage is one of the metrics any program manager can rely upon to ensure the quality of the deliverable after the sprint. Then the scope change. This is more towards the product owner responsibility, because ideally during the sprint, the scope should not change because your sprint is frozen. But in reality, we have seen most of the time, or many of the times, where the scope change happens. It's maybe towards a business value, but we can see how many story points has been added or removed to a running sprint. And ideally, it should be 0. But if it could be 1 or 2, that's okay. But if you have seen big numbers, that means the product owner or the team needs to work together more closer. They need to ensure that they understand the system very well. There should not be any scope change. And it's more towards the product owner responsibility. So we discussed about scope change. The last one is backlog health. That's also some parameter to evaluate the product owner performance. So we can record the average velocity of the team along with the refined stories. So their average velocity in story points could be 24. They have a refined stories of 20. So that means there is a delta of about 17.7% or something. That's not good. Always the refined stories estimation should be more than the average velocity, so that the team is already can pick up things from the backlog, and the backlog is healthy. So these are the 6 to 7, I think it's seven metrics I have personally used, and it worked very well for me. Please share your comments as well, and I'll be sharing the link to this Excel sheet which I'm using personally, but of course it's not that fancy, but it works Thank you very much.